Now, maybe the biggest transfer the whole window has just been confirmed, has just been finalised. Maybe it's even bigger than the Coutinho one to Barcelona. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it in this episode. It's the biggest confirmed transfer episode I've done in a while. So today, of course, confirmed transfer episode. Every player you see in this video is confirmed to have gone to a brand new team this January transfer window. If you like this video, drop a like and a thumbs up down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. If we can get like 3,000 likes, that'd be absolutely insane. That'd be amazing anyway. Before midnight, even better. If you want a hoodie like this or any GetGripped stuff, the links will be in the description down below. 2 links down there. You can get either or. It's completely up to you. Don't have to do either. Don't have to do anything if you don't want to. So let's talk about a different player. Not going to talk about the big guns straight away. I'm going to talk about a very nice, surprising one. And it's actually Robin van Persie's gone to Feyenoord. All right, mad stuff, mad transfer. That's right. Former Arsenal and Manchester United striker has returned to Feyenoord. Okay, which is the club he was at previously. It was actually his boyhood club. He spent 14 years. 14 years after leaving the Dutch Giants, so he's been away from the scene there for 14 years. Now the 34-year-old is free, is to return on a free transfer after leaving Turkish side Fenerbahce. He's left on a free midway through, in January. That's a bit weird. Now what's interesting about this is Feyenoord are managed by Van Persie's former international teammate Giovanni van Bronckhorst, okay, who are currently 5th in the league and 9 points off the Champions League place, so they need Van Persie's help this season, definitely. I mean, a lot of Premier League clubs and stuff apparently interested in taking him back. You know, there was a lot of interest, loads of teams trying to sign him, which is no surprise, especially being on a free transfer. He's decided to go back to Feyenoord. He's decided to go back to Holland, or Netherlands or whatever, which I think is pretty awesome. I like it when, players go back to their old school clubs. It is pretty decent. Next up, we got one that I'm not going to talk about for too much because it's a bit old news now. I think it was, maybe even featured last week, I can't remember, but Theo Walcott at Everton, that's a signing that Everton probably needed. Now, I just want to say a little thing. Obviously, James McCarthy, I believe, actually had a pretty bad injury on the weekend, so I wish him all the best recovery for him. Rondon, it was a perfectly innocent sort of challenge. Rondon went for the shot. McCarthy tried to defend it, obviously kicked the ball away. He's followed through and kicked him in the back of the leg, so it's not looking great. So yeah, Theo Walcott actually made his debut for Everton on the weekend, I believe, which I think ended in a 1-1 draw. So a lot of these articles are saying, that Theo Walcott's out to, prove Arsenal Wenger wrong, that he deserves a central role, not a winger, he deserves that, central number 9 over 10 role. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if he can do it, Everton. But yeah, Theo Walcott was the second player. Now, biggest news of the weekend, maybe biggest news of the transfer window so far. We do have Alexis Sanchez to Manchester United now. You guys can see this is an old slide because a couple of days ago I did a rumour episode. Now no longer it's a rumour episode, but because it so happened so last minute, I haven't had time to get the new graphics done, but basically the same anyway. So yes, Manchester United midfielder Henrik Mkhitaryan has agreed to join Arsenal, so that is one we're going to feature next, with Alexis Sanchez set to move in opposite direction in a straight swap. No money involved. Now a lot of people were coming out and saying that, United are paying millions, okay, like 30 million and Mkhitaryan for Sanchez. No, boys and girls, it's a straight swap, straight player swap. Mkhitaryan for Sanchez. Now, he's apparently having a medical today, alright? Today. He arrived in Carrington today, Sanchez, and Mkhitaryan is going to be having his medical maybe today or tomorrow. So, yeah, Sanchez is today, Mkhitaryan is maybe tomorrow. Now, the length of Mkhitaryan's new contract and his salary is totally undisclosed. We don't know what he's getting paid at Arsenal. We don't know how long. We don't know how, if it's a 4 or 5 year deal. Now, Gunners boss Arsene Wenger had earlier said that Sanchez would only be allowed to join if Mkhitaryan was to move to Arsenal. Well, it's happened, alright, ladies and gents. The biggest swap, I think, that's happened. I don't know. What is the biggest swap ever in football? This is something I'm actually quite interested in working out. I want to get you guys involved in the comment section down below. What is the biggest swap that's ever happened in football? No money involved, just a straight player for a player. Because I don't know what Mkhitaryan's market value is worth. I don't know what Sanchez's market value was worth with only a few months left on the contract. So Wenger actually said this is about Crystal Palace's 4-1 win, the one on Saturday. Basically, he actually came out and said after the game, he didn't play because you cannot drive up north and play football at the same time. Basically means, yeah, he's gone to Manchester, doesn't it? And then Mourinho said loads of times the deal was so close yesterday and they need that competitive edge. So there you go, ladies and gents. The two biggest swaps, I think, this transfer window, if maybe ever in football, I don't really know. But yeah, them two transfers, absolutely huge. Now, we have actually got another player now who's moved to the Chinese Super League. It's something that you probably haven't heard of for a little while, which is a bit strange because we went for a bit of a stage where everyone started going to China and then went for a stage where no one was going to China. But now we've got an African record, actually. Bakumbu, the Villarreal forward, has gone for £65 million, I believe. That's what they reckon. To, was it Beijing Guan? I don't know if I pronounced that right. hands up. Now, he is actually set to become the most expensive African footballer of all time. So we got a little transfer record in this episode, which is very, very interesting. So it beats Mo Salah's record, it beats Mane's record, and it even beats Keita's record, apparently. Keita was £48 million, I believe, Liverpool signed him for. But I thought he was more than that. But according to BBC Sport, apparently no. So it was a release clause that was activated. Villarreal informs us that the release clause of its player, Bakumbu, has been activated, meaning he can no longer be, well, belongs to the squad. So that is pretty interesting stuff. I bet you didn't think you'd be seeing this in this episode today, thinking you're seeing the most expensive African footballer ever. African record, £65 million. I mean, that is a huge, huge fee. Chinese Super League, they're not gone cold, have they? I think everyone's thought, you know what, Chinese Super League, they've had their little stint of signing everyone. People have left there now, Tevez, Paulinho. But no, mate, they're still signing players. These clubs and teams are still investing in European players, obviously, which is decent. They're signing, I mean, they're spending money. Villarreal's good. The European club getting a lot of money from it. It's good, I suppose. Now, the actual... Okay, let me talk about this for a second. This is where a lot of confusion may have happened in the comment section down below. The Spanish club set the clause at €40 million, so £35 million for the Chinese Super League bound striker, okay? So the actual fee they paid for him was £35 million. But the total fee will be around £65 million because of a taxation rule that have been recently introduced in China. So, yeah, that is pretty big. So they've almost got to pay, like, nearly double for this player to get him because of the new tax rule. It stops, like, all the teams just buying all the best players. It makes the league a bit more competitive, but, you know, I don't know. It's pretty insane. That's the fee. I don't know. I don't even know. It's just crazy, crazy stuff. So we got a little FIFA signing next. Okay, I play that on FIFA. I know that I've used a couple of times in the Bundesliga, but anyway, he's gone to Liga 1. And it's actually Intep. Have I pronounced that wrong or right? I don't know. But anyway, he's gone to St. Etienne, which is fairly interesting. Now, the good thing is, St. Etienne have made their second signing of the January transfer window. And the first player they signed, what was it? Envia, okay, which is an ex-Sunderland player, ex-Premier League player. They signed him from the Russian outfit, Ruben Kazan. So they're making a few signings this January transfer window already, which is decent. Now, I believe he's actually only signed on loan. I'm not really too sure. I believe he's only signed on loan, which is not great, but, you know, at least the signing's a signing. But yeah, that one's not really that interesting. It's just a player that's on FIFA. I know that a lot of people have probably used this card, and they've seen this card, and I thought, you know what, it's probably worth a little feature in this episode. So the next player is a player that actually, I tell you what, is Arsenal have signed another player, and it's not Mkhitaryan, it's a Greek player, right? Now, we got this guy. They signed him a couple of weeks ago now. I'm going to do my best to try and pronounce his name. Who's ready for this? Right, Konstantinos Mavropanos. That might be a good shout. If any Greek viewers are out there, let me know. But anyway, they're considering sending him out on loan already. Confirms per Mertesacker. How can Mertesacker confirm that? Now, Arsenal appear to have changed their mind yet again over the future of the new signing. Okay, the 20-year-old's arrival was confirmed earlier this month following a shock £2 million move from the Greek side, okay? Not even going to pronounce that name neither. That's right, Arsenal's first signing this transfer window was this young Greek defender. Now, they're considering sending that on loan already, so you're probably not going to see him in an Arsenal top this year. Probably not, well, this season. Now, Arsene Wenger actually come out and said the original intention was to send him out on loan to the Bundesliga. Following several impressive performances in training, the Frenchman revealed he would actually keep the centre-half until May. So He's obviously been more impressed with him than they originally thought they would be. Now, they actually even named him on the bench for the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final against Chelsea, which is, you know, pretty decent. He's only made the bench. Arsene Wenger come out and said, we will see how he copes in the game, and I haven't seen him play in England against an English team yet. I have to see that. Personally, I'm encouraged by what I've seen. I've decided to keep him until May, so he's not gone out on loan straight away. He's staying. Arsenal obviously see a little bit more potential in him than they originally saw, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, fair play to him. I mean, fair play. No one actually saw this Arsenal transfer come, did they? I mean, it just absolutely come out of nowhere. So, big fair play to him for getting the big move. And it's another player that Arsenal have dipped in for in this transfer window. So, yeah, let's move into a final player now. Last but not least, okay, we got Cameron Jerome. This guy I've featured because he was actually my favourite FIFA 12 striker, okay, which is pretty interesting. If you actually know, probably not interesting, probably don't care. So, he's already made his debut. Apparently, he's getting accused of diving already against Bristol City or something like that. He's a player that's been about for years. He's been at quite a few different clubs. He's been around the block a little bit. But yeah, I thought he was worth a feature. But anyway, he's probably not. What's this? Okay, wait. It was a transfer. He actually broke a few clubs' transfer records back in the day as well, if that makes any interest to you. Anyway, guys, what I'm going to do is give my final thoughts and opinions on these transfers. And we're going to go from there. We're going to go straight away into the Van Persie to Feyenoord. I think this is brilliant. He's gone back to his, you know, Kidholt. That's a bloody film, mate. He's gone back to his boyhood club. which is always good to see. And he's gone back to the Netherlands as well, you know, his home country, which is also good for him and his family, I suspect. So good luck to him. I'm sure he'll do well there. Very well experienced professional. Theo Walcott to Everton. I mean, he's made his debut already. He's hoping to be a bit more of a central player. Everton need a player like him, probably. They've not been scoring the goals they would like. Good luck to him. I think he'll do okay. Then we got Alexis Sanchez to, obviously, Manchester United. The last time Man United signed a player like this was Van Persie, and that was massive. Okay, they signed him on a few months. You know, there's not long left on his deal. Whatever, they signed him for cheap. They've probably got Sanchez for cheap as well. Very well experienced, knows the Premier League inside and out. Got a lot still to offer. I think that's a brilliant signing. I think Ed Woodward's done a great deal there. Then we got Mkhitaryan into Arsenal. Undoubtedly, this guy's got so much talent. Being a Man United fan myself, we saw it in spells. We saw sometimes he was absolutely unplayable, and sometimes he was absolutely nowhere in a game. Just got to find a bit of consistency, and if he does, it's going to be brilliant for Arsenal. Then we got Bakumbu to Chinese Super League. Chinese Super League haven't given up, and now he's the African's most expensive player ever with the new Chinese taxation rule. So, yeah, we don't really know how he's going to do out there, do we? Nor do we probably care, to be fair. Then we got Ntep to Saint Etienne. I mean, it's not really that interesting, is it? So yeah, he might do alright. Yeah, he might. Then we got Mavropanos to Arsenal, and this is a big signing, okay, for this youngster. I think he's going to do well. If Arsene Wenger's already liking the look of him in training, he's not going to get a chance this season, but keep working at it. You never know what's going to happen. Then Cameron Jerome to Derby, for my favourite FIFA 12 striker. That is it. That is it. Anyway, guys, hopefully you had a great weekend. Take it easy, as pro as always. Peace.